Hello and welcome to Talking About podcast where we talk about anything and everything. Um Today is kind of like it's almost like a just a filler episode, if that makes sense. Like in your favorite series, it's just like sometimes it'll just be a random filler episode that doesn't really like push the plot along, but like is still there for you to watch. Like a folding laundry while watching kind of episode, if that makes sense. So feel free to completely like disregard this episode because it's honestly just about me crashing out. So take that as you will. So today is February 1st. And 2 days ago I quit my job. I put in my 2 weeks, worked out my entire full 2 weeks, and at the end of the day, my last day I worked until about like 8 o'clock, and I had to say goodbye to literally like my favorite people in the world since moving here, and it's made me feel so weird. I never have Fridays off. So today is Saturday, so I had yesterday off and today off, and then I have Sunday off as well. Until I start my new job. But I it feels so discombobulated because to me it was just like another day of work. Like it was just a regular day. Did all my prep work, cleaned everything, did my shit, and then at the end of the day, it was like saying goodbye, and it was terrible. Like I hate saying goodbye, and everybody's like, "Oh, you have our number. Like, feel free to come back." And I'm like, "Okay." But to continue on to that, like I've been like I think it might be because of how work ended. It was like one of those relationships that you end on like, oh, we ended on good terms. It's just better if we aren't together anymore. Um so I think that's what's kind of got me all discombobulated in general, but crashing out actually fucking sucks. I talk about crashing out all the time because like I feel like I crash out. Like I used to crash out all the time at work, but like it never was a full on crash out, if that makes sense. Like, sorry, water is needed. But like literally last night, I ended up sleeping on like the futon downstairs because my bed like moves and it creates like this gaping hole next to the wall, and I usually sleep like against the wall. And so I was like, I'm too lazy to deal with this, so I'm just gonna go sleep downstairs. Because honestly, sometimes a futon is more comfortable than my bed when it has that hole, like gaping hole. But I came downstairs around like midnight, like it was probably like midnight one, like between like 12:30 ish. Um, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna like go through my TikTok because I haven't been on TikTok since January 31st. I deleted TikTok, and then right before the TikTok ban I reinstalled it, just to see how like the app slowly like became unusable, but then the TikTok ban ended up being reversed, so it didn't really matter. um so I went on my TikTok and I deleted literally every single video I've ever posted on my TikTok except for two, and one of the two videos I had just posted that day. So I like went on there, posted a video, deleted the rest, got rid of. I'm still working on this, but I decided to get rid of every single repost I've ever reposted. My god, there are so many fucking reposts. Like, I didn't realize how much I reposted. But I'm about a year back from my repost, so I'm like getting 2023 reposts, like back when I reposted it then. So I'm going through these reposts, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, if we're gonna fucking do this, like, fuck it, we ball. And I went through my Instagram and my Snapchat. So my Snapchat, I unadded everybody except for family and about six friends, and then my old boss. I unadded literally everybody except for them, and I was like, cool. So like my when you go to my Snapchat now, if you like try to scroll down, it doesn't scroll down because like all the people on my Snapchat fit in like entire screen space. So I have like maybe 15 people on Snapchat right now. And then I went through my Instagram. I made my account private. I have like 350 followers, which is not a huge number, but it's also like 350 people who are interested in my life. I went through those 350 people. I went down to 80 followers. So I deleted like 200 and something followers. And I was like, okay, let me go through my following. I was following like close to 500 people. I'm following 227 now. I went through and fucking got rid of everything that I've never been tagged in. I said, fuck you. And I stopped posting. So usually I post once a month on the end of the month and be like, oh, December, the month of whatever. Like, usually I'd be like, January, the month of, or the month that always feels like a Monday, you know? And so I went through that. Then I went through my contacts and I deleted every single contact that is not relevant to me to this day. So I went from like 120 to like 50, 60 now. So I cut those in half. And then what else did I do? I went through my Facebook and got rid of a shit ton of Facebook friends. Um, TikTok, I went through my reposts. I literally was like just going through everything and I'm like, fuck you. Like that's literally what I was doing. I was just like, fuck you. I didn't give a fuck. I ended up messaging this one person who had added me and like I knew them. We used to work together and I straight up added, like didn't add her back, but like she had added me a while ago and I just never opened her message. And I responded to her and I was like, you know what? Fuck you. Genuinely, fuck you. And then unadded her. Like that's just how I was last night. Like I don't know what the fuck I was on or what the fuck I was crashing out about. But I literally was just like, fuck you. Like, fuck you. Fuck the world. Like at that point, like I was literally just like, dude, like what the fuck? And so then I ended up messaging my a group chat that I'm a part of, like some of my closest friends. And I was just like, let me open it up real quick. And they ended up saving it because I was like freaking the fuck out. I was like, I quit my job, blocked everyone except for 15 people, unadded everyone except for y'all and a few others on Snap, deleted all but 2 TikToks, slowly taking away all my reposted, stopped posting on Insta and Facebook, went through my Insta following, deleted like 250 followers, unfollowed over 300. I spend less than 2 hours on my phone a day now. Like, I was like, am I crashing the fuck out or am I just growing up? Like, am I getting to the point in my life where I'm just like, I don't really care who likes my posts anymore. Like, I don't really, like, I'm not chasing numbers. Back when I was, like, a high school sophomore, I ended up losing my first Instagram account ever. I got hacked, and they, like, changed it or whatever, but it was, like, I had, like, over 700 followers, and I was like, yeah, dude, like, I'm fucking cool. Like, I have these followers, and I was like, I fit in with all these popular kids because I have so many followers, and then I lost my account. And back then, I used to care about how many likes. I would be like, okay, I got 60, 70 likes. I'm like, oh my god, cool, that's so cool. Like, woo, like I'm doing so good. And now, like, my guess is if I were to post on Instagram, since it's a private account now, like, I would probably get like 15 likes. And it's just gotten to the point where I'm just like, if if you feel the need to talk to me or to stalk me so badly, or just like try to figure out what's going on in my life, just fucking call me. Like at this point, like if you have my number, you have my number for a reason. Like I do not give out my number willy nilly, like at all. Like I hate giving random people my numbers because like I had like not a stalking incident. I just had like a harassing coworker a while back where this guy that I used to work with, um, he ended up getting out of work before me, and I was walking because I don't have a car. I was walking from my work to the McDonald's, in the same like parking lot area. And so I was like walking there to wait to get picked up from my friend. And this guy, like, dead ass has like the creepy white van that's like falling apart, that's all rusty and disgusting and smells like shit. And he followed me from the back door of our, like, of the place I worked to this McDonald's. Like, I was literally just walking, like, I was not paying attention to anything. And he was like blasting his music, like, windows down, trying to talk to me. And I literally just walked there and I just sat in there. Like, I didn't come out until my friend was there. And I was like, dude, like, and then he ended up having my number. Like, to get back to my point, is he ended up having my number and he kept texting me like on and on and on and on. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, this is why I don't give out my numbers. And the work that I worked at had numbers posted to like help try to get your shifts covered if you needed to call out. So I was like, okay, that's fucking stupid. I'm never having my number out there again. Like, I know. And like last night when I was crashing out and being like, fuck you to everybody, I was like, this is honestly good for me. Like, there's no reason why somebody like needs to be stalking my account. Like I have like 36 posts or something because I posted once a month for like 3 years straight. And I was just like I really don't give a fuck anymore. Like so I think I'm getting to the point where I just like am beginning to think social media is terrible. So today I've spent some time on TikTok, which like was one of my which was one of my resolutions to not be on. But I deleted Instagram, and I still have Facebook because I have family on Facebook, so I try to post like once a week for them. But it's like I deleted Instagram. I keep TikTok, and I've been using TikTok literally for recipes. I've been like baking all day. I'm making pretzel bites and stuff for my sourdough, and like I was scrolling, and I'm just like, damn, like I'm literally wasting my life away, and I feel like I'm just so much more open to this. But like I have, there's a few things I've screenshotted on TikTok. I have a 4 minute screen recording of me deleting all my reposts. But like some of these cons, like there's a TikTok. One of the first TikToks I watched at 1 a.m., 1:01 a.m. was like little scroll break. Tell me your favorite quote. The more gut wrenching, the better. And I was like, okay, like let's look at these comments. There's 22,000 comments, and it was just like the first one I fucking saw. I swear to God, was quote unquote the potential you see in other people isn't actually there. It's just what you would do in their shoes. End quote. And I was just like, damn, like, what the fuck? And then that made me realize that, like, at work, that, like, I see all these people who, like, don't apply themselves or really don't try. And I'm like, man, what the fuck are you doing? And it's like, I'd be like, oh, if I was them, I'd be doing this, this, and this. And that quote that I just read, like, hit so fucking hard. But continuing with that, there was a few other quotes. Was it like, don't chase people who know exactly how to find you or where to find you. I was like, that's literally what I'm doing with all my social media. Like, I'm deleting fucking everything. I'm privating everything. I'm like, yeah, fuck you. And if you want to find me, you can fucking find me or you can talk to me. Like, it's so stupid. Um, Another quote is that a a dog that cries after it kills is no better than one that doesn't. My guilt does not purify me, which is honestly like so true with the whole work thing. Like, I feel so guilty for putting in my 2 weeks and quitting. I just like absolutely like smacked the fuck out of the microphone with my water cup. So if there was a weird noise, that's what that was. But the whole guilt thing, I was like, damn, that's kind of true. Um. Oh, another thing was that another quote from this same TikTok was, I fantasize about rejecting the apologies that I know will never come. And I feel like that was something that like was also like a fuck you thing that I was thinking about last night. Was that like there are so many useless people that follow me or that I followed. I'm like, like you are not making my life any better. And granted, you aren't really making my life any worse, but like if you're not there to better who I am, then honestly fuck you. Like and this is like still me crashing out. I feel like I've been crashing out literally all day. Like my anxiety is through the fucking roof. I have a headache, I'm dehydrated, but like I'm baking. Like so I feel like I'm kind of controlled, if that makes sense. This is honestly so out of pocket for me to say, but like I said, like if you are not helping me better myself, then what the fuck are you doing what the fuck are you doing in my life? Let me say that again. If you are not helping me become better, then what the fuck are you doing in my life? That is something that I feel like I need to really like. I feel like I need to have that tattooed on my hand to be like, fucking ditch these bitches. Like, they are not there to help you. Like, you are going to be so much better with the people who genuinely care about you when you stop fucking caring about your likes or your views or all these things. Like, it is crazy the kind of shit that I was on last night. Like, kind of shit that I was like feeling. So I was so angry too. This is a different TikTok, literally 10 minutes apart at 1:11 a.m. It says, person to person, what is a quote that shadowed you? I'm talking about a quote that made you perceive life in a different way. Um, and this one was, vision without execution is a hallucination. That fucking hit me. I was like, dude, what the hell am I doing with my life? And that's when I went through my Instagram and my Snapchat and my TikTok, my Facebook. that is when I went fucking crazy, and I was like, this is literally so true. Like, vision without execution is a hallucination. There's something never more true that I've ever heard. Like, you're gonna sit here and tell me that, oh, I can think of all these dreams, but if I cannot fucking execute them, they're still just fucking dreams. They're not goals. Like, I think a dream is great if you plan to have it in your goals. But if a dream's just a dream, like, stop fucking wasting your time. Like, what the fuck? Like, oh my god. I'm still on some shit. I don't really know what I'm on. And then, like, I think I've one reposted on my TikTok at this point. But that was the shit that I was just on yesterday, because I was just like, I literally quit my job. I worked a 10.5 hour shift the day before, or my last shift. And I was just like, damn. Like, what the fuck? Like, you know, just like that ending, you're just like, damn, like, what the fuck am I doing with myself, you know? But I think that is the end of my crashing out rant session. My AC is like going crazy right now because it actually hit like 50 degrees here in North Carolina for the first time in like 2 months. So, with that being said, my computer's about to die, so I should probably end this episode. So, thank you for listening, and yeah, I hope to catch you next time, and I hope that you like take something away from this little filler episode. Thank you.